Hello and welcome back to another episode of Midnight Mayhem. Today we're going to be reviewing the movie Weapons, released in 2025. As of recording, it had come out just 4 days ago. Me and Leo went to go see the premiere, and you just saw it today.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
No, we did.
What?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was the premiere you guys saw.
He looked at, he's like, me and Leo went to go see the premiere. He looked at me, he's like, I was like, no.
What?
I went to go see it with Alex, and it just so happens that he just getting off work, and we were going to the same theater at the same time at the same seats.
Well,
It's all good. You guys
so
have to
basically,
justify it
I get to
me.
work, right? I get to work, and my friend goes, hey, do you want to go see Weapons tonight? And I was like, well, I had plans to go see it on Tuesday.
With me.
I was like, let me check. And I text the group chat. I was like, hey, guys, so listen. I was like, I have a chance to go see Weapons tonight. Should I go see it, or you guys just want to go see it on Tuesday? And I didn't really care what you said.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I was like,
what does Bobby think? And you're like, yeah, if you have a chance to go see it. I was like,
I didn't hear about your booty call.
it wasn't a booty call, okay? It was intimate. We meant it meant something to me. We had a small group going, and then I messaged these guys, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go see Weapons tonight at this time. And you're like, well, Alex actually wanted to go see it today too. And I was like, well, this is the time I'm going. You're like,
this time I'm going too.
Oh yeah, me
Raymond
too.
shows up, and I'm wearing a mustache in the front seat.
Yeah. You look like the guy from the Neighborhood Watch posters.
But I kept throughout the week I kept hearing high praise for this movie, so I was like, oh, okay, well, we already said we're gonna see it, so let's go watch it. So here we are.
Let's get into it.
All right. So when all but one child from the same classroom mysteriously vanish at the same night at the exact same time, a community is left questioning who or what is behind their disappearance.
Perfect.
I love that.
So the movie was directed by Zach Cregger, best known for Barbarian and The Whitest Kids You Know. Movie stars Julia Gardner. She was recently in the Wolfman, which is released 2025 this year, as well as Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that was the one.
The Wolfman was released this year?
Yeah, 2025.
In January, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Look at that.
January movie. That's why we haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Also stars Josh Brolin of The Goonies, The Hollow Man, and Avengers, and Benedict Wong from Prometheus and Doctor Strange.
And the Avengers.
Austin Abrams from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark and The Walking Dead. And fun fact, out of the original cast, he's the only one from the original cast who stayed till the end of production. And I'll tell you guys a little bit about that later.
He was in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
Yeah.
The homeless guy?
He was a scarecrow.
Oh, no
No,
way.
he
Oh, no.
Yeah, the homeless guy from this movie, he plays James. So
The drug
he
addict.
was in He was in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Look at that. I didn't know that.
So real quick, ratings.
We're going to go there? Okay, that's fine. Go first.
We always go there.
I'll go first. I never usually go first. 8.5.
Put you on the spot.
8.5?
8.5?
8.5.
My guy.
Yeah, look at that.
Love.
Yeah. That's a good movie, but
I'm gonna go with an 8.5 too.
8.52? Interesting.
8.5 for me as well.
I'm going to give this movie a 7.
that's crazy. I think it was a little too low.
Are you surprised? Are you
No,
surprised?
I'm not
Okay.
surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
So you went in this movie blind, right?
No.
No? Like,
I actually saw a trailer of this.
One trailer, right?
One trailer.
A single trailer?
A single
Did
trailer.
you go in this movie blind?
Hell no, I saw so many trailers of this movie, but even then, like, I feel like the trailers were, because all the trailers were like, 217, these kids ran into the dark. That was basically all the trailers.
That was a trailer.
That was the trailers, and for, I think they had 3 trailers, and all the trailers were like, there's this teacher, her whole class disappeared, and every single trailer starts explaining a little bit more, but they really didn't tell you much more than that,
Because I vividly remember seeing a trailer and seeing a bunch of kids running out of a house, like shattering the windows.
I remember that trailer, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, like they showed a lot, like for the end of the movie in those trailers.
Yeah, I forgot until that scene, until when it happened, I was like, oh, that's right.
Yeah. But this one's going to be a little interesting. So the budget for this movie was $38 million. So right now, as of recording, we're at $81.3 billion.
Hold on a second.
As of recording. So
No, say that again.
So
Oh, yeah, I got lost too.
the budget for this movie was $38 million.
Yeah.
38.
Uh-huh.
And as of recording right now,
Yeah.
the current box office is $81.3 billion.
Billion. Damn. That's incredible.
That doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. What are you talking about?
This is the highest grossing movie ever. That's probably $1 million. Hold on, I probably did a typo.
Oh yeah.
I was like, where did I lose you? And then
I was like, hold on a second.
I go 81 million.
Yeah, like I was like, Avengers Endgame made $2 billion and Avatar 2 made $2.7 billion.
Well,
I was like, wait
you
a
guys
second.
really like the movie. No, yeah, as a recording, $81.3 million. Real time fact check. But yeah, so let's see. Right now, the only place you can currently watch this movie is going to be in theaters. I'm sure with the theatrical success that it's receiving, it's probably not going to go on streaming for, what would you say, like 8 months?
What do you think is going to go on first? Like, what streaming service? I think it's going to go on HBO.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it's New Line Cinema.
Oh, I guess,
yeah. Yeah, HBO was what I imagine.
Or go watch it on AMC 17. All right, thank you AMC for sponsoring us.
Yeah, AMC, we forgot to wear your shirts today, but we were too busy wearing our uniforms.
Expecting that Tuesday ticket sale.
Yeah, the Tuesday ticket sales and Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday, the new season is Wednesdays.
No,
you just start plugging in a bunch of stuff.
I know.
Like this is the commercial segment of our episode.
Brought to you by Netflix.
Would you recommend this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Like I went to this movie. I guess like everybody else, you know, like I highly recommend it. It's a fun movie. It starts a little bit kind of like once that second name came on screen, I was like, shit, it's gonna be one of those movies. It's like I was gonna take this point of view and this point of view, and then it's all you're gonna have to stick your
So this is a super dated reference. I feel like only you would understand it. So you know how so basically the movie takes place in segments where each segment follows along one character and their perspective of the events that took place throughout the month of the movie.
Classic movie that's comparable to is Pulp Fiction.
So Pulp Fiction is a big one. The one that immediately registered in my brain was an episode of The Simpsons. I don't know if you remember Linguo.
I think so. It's been a while.
Yeah, I just remember seeing where Lisa makes a robot that corrects grammar.
Yes.
And then he explodes and he's about to die, and then Homer goes, "Linguo dead?" He goes, "Linguo is dead." And then he closes his eyes because that episode also had the same thing where it's like it showed one character throughout their day, and then it would switch to a different character and it would follow their day until everything culminated.
You know what it kind of reminded me of? Well, actually, no, not really, because it was
Pulp Fiction.
No, I was gonna say that one episode of Billy and Mandy with the duck, the ghost duck. But but it's actually chronological. How it's like it goes from this person to this person, but
that's just a chronological story.
Yeah,
that's just how stories work.
That and the most recent movie I've seen where it had chapters was The Perfection. Yeah, did you see that Netflix?
I know about it.
Is it the piano one?
No, it's the cello.
Oh, the violin. Yeah,
the cello one.
That one's pretty interesting.
I'm pretty sure it's called Perfection.
Yeah. Perfection. Yeah. I saw that one a while back.
Or The Perfectionist, something like that.
It's literally like the chapters go through like what that character was doing during that time of day. Kind of unnecessary because it's supposed to be like a slow reveal and then you get the big mystery at the end. But this one was super satisfying because specifically about weapons is like you want to find out the mystery, so you're just like, what? Keep going. Yeah. So that's what was very enjoyable in that sense. It felt earned. So,
but I highly recommend.
Yeah, I recommend as well. Do you not?
Of course he doesn't.
Don't. I think if you're interested in this movie, I think 100% go watch it. I think you'll enjoy it. But I think I would have a hard time being like, oh, like you should watch this movie.
So if somebody comes up to you and be like, oh, I'm about to watch the movie Weapons, you're gonna be like, don't watch it.
No, I wouldn't say don't watch it. I say, oh, you're gonna watch movie Weapons? Let me know what you think about it. But if someone's like, hey, should I watch this movie? I'm gonna be like, well.
Well, you're gonna be like, you could pass?
Yeah.
Really? That's crazy.
I would not pass.
I wouldn't want to pass on it either.
Yeah,
well, you did.
It was great.
And you want to watch the movie,
right?
Yeah,
it was great.
So it's like when you explain the concept of Dr. Sleep to me, you're like, oh, it's Danny older. It's like, all right, whatever. That sounds like kind of a spin-off.
Yeah, it sounds like a kind
of. But then you're like,
sequel.
I recommend it because that movie freaking rocks.
It was fucking awesome. It
Dr.
was awesome,
Sleep,
dude. It was fucking awesome.
So I'm like, kind of like that.
Check out our Dr. Sleep episode on the corner over here.
Don't make him do work. No, this movie has its place in horror, so I'm like, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Especially since so many people liked it, so it means it hit a lot of more mainstream people who usually don't enjoy horror. It's like, yeah.
Well, because
I feel like a teenager would think this is
the
like
one
amazing.
thing for this movie,
yeah, dude,
was
Not to downplay
it premiered with 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
That's crazy.
And then once the movie premiered, it went down to a 97, and then a lot of people were like, oh, it has the exact same score as Sinners. And I was like, oh, like, well, it's the opening day. Let's see what the reviews say once more people see it.
Well, you know what else has 100%?
Once more the general audience sees the movie.
Paddington 2. No one else has 100%.
You know who loves that movie? Pedro Pascal.
Does it?
That was a joke. It was it was a movie where he's like,
gotcha.
He's like, you're telling me like your favorite movie ever is Paddington 2? He goes, it made me want to be a better man. And then it cuts to them like crying, and they're like, Paddington 2 is amazing.
Anyway, go on.
But yeah, I think once more general audiences get their hands on this movie, I feel like it's probably going to go down to maybe like an 89%, 87%. Because we're still early on.
Like an 89. Like no long.
I was thinking 89, but I I don't think this movie, one, can be understood by everybody, and two, could be appreciated by everybody.
I feel like it can be understood pretty well. I mean, even though it was told from different perspectives, like everything kind of makes perfect sense. There are a lot of.
It makes sense if you don't think about it.
No.
I got stuff I could point out, but I'm also like,
well,
I'm waiting for that portion.
There are a lot of loose ends. There's definitely a lot of loose ends.
There was stuff that was questionable. I was like,
There's a lot of stuff that was questionable.
I'll tell you about it when we're there. But I'm just like, there was a lot of things because as I was driving home talking about it with my buddy, I was like, yeah.
Where the hell did she put her wigs?
Where did she keep those?
Yeah, there was a couple of moments like that where I'm just like, yeah, I guess that is pretty valid. And then I was like, so I wouldn't say the movie's perfect, but I do think it's worth a watch. If someone was like, hey, I'm going to watch it, I'd be like, oh, yeah, tell me what you think. It's going to be
that's where I'm at. I'm not going to be like, you guys should go see Weapons. I was like whatever you guys doing, like with this weekend, like just go watch Weapons. Like it's that good.
If someone asks,
I think if somebody's like, hey, like I'm gonna go see Weapons. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Let me know what you're gonna.
What if someone walks up and is like, do you recommend this movie? You're gonna be like, nah, just pass on it. Like, nah, yeah. I would not. That would not come out of my mouth.
I would be like, watch it.
I was like, what do you know about the movie? And then go like, oh, like well, like
nothing.
Not a lot. You're like, you like horror movies?
Go watch it.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, no, you're good.
No, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
That would never be my
for Sinners, it was like, hey, this is not just...
You're a fucking animal for saying that.
This is not just a horror movie. This is a masterpiece.
You filthy animal.
Yeah.
No, but I understand.
Yeah.
I'm just
I don't, but
I'm just
go on. Yeah, sure, go on.
But I'm also
I'm
like...
going to jump off a bridge tonight. It's going to be your guys' fault.
Yeah, good.
Good.
You should. All right, go on.
Well earned.
Grayscale the screen and be like, Raymond was never seen. Was never seen after this episode.
But what did you guys know going into the movie right off the bat?
No, that's it.
That's it. The premise.
Yeah, like
I saw the trailer, so I saw certain scenes, and I just knew the premise. That's all they really released in the trailers.
Yeah.
But if you watch the scenes, you can.
I wasn't sure more was given away.
I had my guesses before going into the movies that were right, but other than that, I had no idea. Like I didn't see anything else. I didn't see anything.
So for me, it was the whole 214, right? 217.
Yeah.
217. They all disappear. The kids, run off into darkness. Mm-hmm. And in my head, I was like, oh, it's the story of the rat piper.
Pied Piper.
Well,
that's what I thought immediately. I was like, oh,
yeah.
And I don't know if I'll talk about that later if you guys want, but it's basically like it's an old fable.
If you guys want. No, they didn't say anything.
It's just. Well, yeah, do you want me to tell this?
Yeah, I'm curious about it.
It's about a town that had a rat problem, and this guy who could play a pipe very, very well, and he was able to get the rats to follow his pipe, his little tune, and he got them to all drown himself. And when he goes back to the town, and they're like, "Hey, you promised to pay."
We're not going to pay you."
Exactly.
Okay, I was like, this story sounds super familiar.
Yeah,
have you ever seen Shrek 4?
No.
Oh, well, they did that segment like that, like where they had to control all the what's it called? All the ogres, you know, so they can start dancing. And Piper just playing his flute, and all the ogres were just dancing.
So he goes back and he's like, "Hey, pay me. I did what you asked," and they're like, "We're not going to pay you." What
are you going to do? Bring the rats back?
So then he goes back and he's like, "Last chance." And like, no. And then at the middle of the night, he plays his piper and takes all their children. And they're just gone. They're just forever gone. Like it's a jacked up fable. It's awesome.
It's awesome. What would you rate it? 8 out of 10.
But that's how it ends. And it's like there's a couple of variations where he just like goes and takes them to the same area he took them.
Drown them.
And then another one where he takes them away and they go happily ever. Watered down version.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I thought the first part was the watered down version.
But it's
because of the drowning.
Yeah.
Hamilton. So it's Pied Piper of Hamilton, because that was the name of the Piper.
Oh.
Something like that. Yeah, I was looking it up when we were talking about the budget earlier.
This one was Peter Piper Pizza.
But yeah, first thing I thought of. So go ahead and continue. I just wanted to bring that story up because that's what I thought of immediately.
Okay, so real quick, let's get into further story details. So the movie opens up with our teacher, Miss Gandhi, walking into class. Normal day, right? No one shows up, senior ditch day in second grade, except for that nerd Alex.
Poor kid.
Nobody told him. But yeah, so it's interesting because they're basically like the narration of it is basically like, yeah, something weird happened in the town. Nobody really knows what it was. Nobody really talks about it. Nobody brings it up.
Yeah.
Right. It's like all we know is that at 2:17, all these kids left at the exact same time. The only reason we know it was all at the same time is because some people had like Ring cameras.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the only some of the people had it. They're like exactly at this time.
I also super enjoyed it was a little girl explaining it, like how kids would explain it.
Yeah.
And that's also part of that. I thought that was charming to the movie.
Yeah, that's what my friend was saying. He was like, "Oh, like yeah, like that's exactly how a kid would talk."
Yes. And how nonchalant the whole thing would be.
Yeah. It's like she doesn't really fully understand it. She's just saying it as it goes.
How she recalls it, and that's what I liked.
So fun fact or fun theory about that opening monologue is the music playing while she's speaking is called like Madeline or like Maddie or something like that.
Okay.
And if you look at the missing children's posters, one of the girls' names was Madeline. So there theorizes that it's her telling the story.
I thought of that at the end of the movie.
Yeah, because she goes, "Oh, even some of them even started talking again."
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, she's probably one of the ones that started talking.
Yeah. So just based off the
okay, that's
the soundtrack, people have theorized like, "Oh, I think that's who that little girl is."
I just also just theorized that as well, just naturally.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
But obviously, two people are the only people there. They get questioned a lot. Nothing really comes of the investigation, and eventually, people just have to go about their lives. Some people like repress it; they don't really talk about it, and then some people are obsessed with trying to find the truth.
I know. When I was talking to my friend about this on the drive, I was like, it had been a month, right, since they had disappeared, because they said that time had passed, and that the school had to move on and open. And they gave them a chance to grieve. They had like a parental meeting.
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks after the.
Okay, but about a month. Okay, because I'm sure the time frame kind of matters for what happens later in the movie.
Yeah,
like understanding how long everything has gone on for and what exactly was the intention. But I'll talk about that as we get there. So go ahead and keep going.
Yeah. So everyone blames the teacher.
Of course.
Right.
I mean, that sucks because I feel like she had nothing to do with it, but also you're the supervising adult. You mean to tell me you had no idea why these kids would have left? Why? I mean, as a parent, as imagining. Yeah. Like, there's no way you didn't know nothing or like you didn't see some weird behavior.
If you're thinking of it of more of like a social.
I think it was a parent.
Yeah, I know. As a parent, you would just go straight to the teacher.
Well, because you have a tendency to blame. You need to blame someone. Yeah, you can't. You won't accept the blame yourself.
You want a face to blame.
Yeah, you want someone to point a finger at.
Yeah.
And they can't just blame themselves because then that's on them.
But it's also like the father's like, you mean to tell me there's 17 children's parents in here and none of them saw the sign that this was going to happen? She's like, you spent all day with this classroom that's constantly communicating with each other, and you saw nothing suspicious.
It's just like what the cop said. He's like, there's video footage of the kids leaving to their own accord. Yeah. There's no sign of her being involved at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
It's it's written on the side of her car. It says "witch" on the side of her car, which we later find out who did that, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But it's a witch hunt. Is what it is. They're looking for someone to blame.
Yeah.
So they don't have to face their own failures. Agree? Disagree?
To a degree.
To a degree.
To a degree too.
I wouldn't say
they're failures because
I think it's not valid.
It's not like saying like, oh, they're bad parents because their kids ran away. It's saying like in their mind they failed themselves as parents.
Sure.
But they're like, I can't face the idea of me being responsible for that because I'm like in my mind I've done everything I can.
Right.
So why would they run away from me?
Yeah.
Unless it was someone else's fault, and there's only one other person we can blame, so we're gonna blame that person.
Right. Yeah.
So
It's a valid interpretation.
that's how I interpreted it. Because it's like you would just blame the teacher because it's like, hey, it's all your class.
Yeah.
Like everyone in your class.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's your class.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
It's incredibly suspicious.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
like there's
for
no proof. The cops like did their investigating, they didn't find anything, and they're like,
Well,
yeah,
wait.
like she's.
But also think about how people don't really trust police and how much
Or how much police doesn't really
even
do much
in this
either.
movie. It's depicted as like the cops are like, oh yeah, like everyone's doing everything they can,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're like,
But it's like as a parent hearing that, you're like, no, they're not.
No, like, even
you're
so-
not gonna feel like that. You're not gonna feel like
No,
that if your
not at all.
child goes missing.
it was a scene between the teachers, so Justine and Paul.
Yeah.
and
Josh Brolin.
He's like kind of whatever, like he's like, oh yeah, like just whatever. It's a whatever day. She's like, 17 kids are missing. You're saying it's just gonna be whatever day?
And yeah,
He's like, well, everyone's doing what they can, and she's like, I hope like not every cop in there is just it's a whatever day because there's still kids missing.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean by that? So it is depicted as like, oh, like people don't really trust the cops because it's like everything's being done, but nothing's ever being solved.
Right. It's just
Yeah.
a lot of doing, but not
Yeah.
solving.
It's a lot of talk and not a lot of solving.
Yeah.
But that's the first segment of our movie. It ends with her. How does her first segment end?
With her seeing Wong coming after her.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
She's at the gas station putting gas in. That's
Yeah.
how the scene ends.
Oh, that's it.
No,
Okay.
that's how the
That's how it
end-
ends. That's how that scene. That's how her segment ends. Her putting gas at the gas station, right?
I think so.
Yeah, and then in the next one.
Well, you saw it today. What does that?
No. I feel like it was. They didn't show her at the gas station, but
No, it shows her. It shows her arguing with Paul at the gas station.
No, Archer.
Archer. That's his name.
yeah, it's
Archer is Thanos.
Who the fuck is Paul?
Paul's the cop.
Oh, never mind. Okay, look at that.
Who we'll get into it later, but
I've never seen this
goddamn,
movie.
Paul is having a day.
Damn, bro.
But real quick, let's take a quick break and then we'll get back to the rest of the story segments.
All right, we'll
for
be
sure.
back.
Okay, and then just before we go on to the next story portion, there was one scene that had my theater,
Gasping.
pretty terrified. I don't know if you had.
It was great.
I was,
No,
you
part, I
had,
was part of that same theater.
Have you had anyone in your theater, or was it just like an empty theater?
there was like 6 people, so pretty empty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was
'cause-
like, this is a great segment.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
learn a little bit about the teacher because she's like, oh, I just want to go back to teaching, and
Right.
her boss Marcus is like, no, like
No, you can't.
that's not a good idea. You know, like
Especially with
you
everything
have to
going
consider
on.
how the parents feel about this. He's like, because you have a history with being too friendly with the students,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's like already a red flag for them. And then she was like, oh, like, well, the little girl didn't have a ride home, you know, this and that or whatever. He's like, well, that's not up to you. That's not your responsibility to, you know,
Yeah.
provide rides for kids.
The too friendly part was she overstepped the boundary. Like,
Yeah.
Because the way you phrased it sounds like worse. But yeah,
She's a Minecraft YouTuber.
No, yeah, but she apparently took a little one of her students home when they didn't get picked up. But I was
Their
like,
home.
To her house?
No, to their home, the kids' home.
The kids' home, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like, oh, like, well, it was on the way to my house. It wasn't a big deal. I just dropped them off at their house.
Well, I mean, later on in the movie, someone offers a ride to Alex too. So,
No,
like,
see, because what was it? My friend said the same thing. He's like, oh, it's okay because he says it. And I was like, well, no, because he wasn't like, oh, like, I'm going to give you a ride home. He was like, oh, like, what's wrong, buddy? Like, did you miss your ride? So it was like,
No.
oh, like, hey, do you need me to call somebody?
Yeah.
That's how I took it.
yeah, so it's just, I kind of agree with you.
That's how I took it too.
Whichever. I'm saying they could have figured resolved it, but
Anyway,
All
yeah,
right.
go on.
and we were just talking about that scene about Justine's
Yeah,
segment
so
ending.
yeah.
And we believe it ends with Dolores pouring vodka all over her. But the scene you're talking about, one of the best scenes of the movie.
Dolores.
No, not Dolores.
That's not the name of the girlfriend that
No,
Paul's-
Dolores is
Donna.
Donna, yeah.
Fine, Donna. Look at me not remembering names.
Yeah.
Also, best segment of the damn movie. One of the best
Yeah,
segments of the movie.
so she's worried about Alex, and she specifically told, like, hey, you can't interact with him at all.
Yeah.
Like she does as she pleases, and she goes and visits his house anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Gotta censor that out.
No, you don't.
And just bleep it out. I'm like, no, nobody knows what you said.
That sounds
Great.
worse.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I gotta censor that out now too.
Oh,
Great.
man.
Now they're
Oh,
gonna
wow,
think
look at
gonna
this.
get
The
canceled.
whole beep, just that beep the whole episode. So she follows him home, incognito like,
Yeah.
and she's in her
Sounds
car.
With her car that says witch on the side.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh
Drinking.
yeah.
She's drunk. She's been drinking at this point because it's the only way she can cope with like being
Yeah.
hated by the entire town.
Yeah.
She passes out in her car, like you do, and you see the front door open. Just pitch black. Great scene. Just pitch black door.
She passed out in the
You don't know
car,
what to
and now it's
expect.
nighttime.
You don't know what to expect. I wasn't expecting nothing. I was like, maybe you're gonna see somebody watching on the inside or some shit.
Yeah, but you see somebody like kind of waddle out. It's very
Unnerving.
Yeah, it's-
Very Titan-like.
Yeah.
It feels like a-
like a toddler walking.
like a toddler
yeah.
walking, like a zombie
Yeah,
movement.
that's what it was.
with the knife in her hand.
Yeah, some kind of sharp
Or-
object.
I thought it was
scissors.
a knife, but it's
I thought it
scissors,
was a
yeah.
knife. I thought it was a glass bottle.
But it was just really, really.
But she walks up to the
uneasy.
door.
Beautiful segment.
Yeah, she
Beautiful
walks up to the
segment,
door.
yeah.
It's completely silent. She walks up to the door. She's like staring at her.
Yeah.
And then she exits the frame.
Everybody,
right.
okay, and then you think, oh, okay, well, that was it. That
Yeah,
was the
like,
scare.
oh,
No,
she's safe.
I
Yeah.
thought she was just slash Tyler. So you can hear like.
So
a
yeah,
mom.
I thought she was doing something, but I was like, okay, well, she's out of the frame.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And you hear a car door open.
And that's when.
And everyone was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Dude, my theater, and I was like, you know when you sit up and you're watching when you're like, what the hell is about to happen?
I clenched. All right.
No, yeah, I was like, oh, she's dead.
Yeah.
That's what I was like.
Not
only that,
which
but
I don't know why she didn't die.
I do.
Okay.
I thought about it after, and I was like,
I'm curious what you use. But all that happens is you see the sharp object or a pair of scissors,
Yeah.
and she gets a little off the top,
That's
yes.
it. Yep.
and then
And it's daytime.
it's daytime.
Yeah. That's it. And then it continues.
Yeah. And then she goes to get gas, I guess, at that point, right?
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after that, she just kind of wakes up and then just goes back to her daily life.
Was that after Snoo Snoo? Did she get her Snoo Snoo with Paul yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
sure
Paul. It was after she dropped him
Yeah.
off at work, and he's like, "Oh, we're doing everything you can." She's like, "I don't think you are." So there was a whole thing with a guy named Paul, who, funnily enough, if we're following the theme of people being in this movie and in a Marvel movie, he was in Ironheart this year.
Cool.
But if you are a Star Wars guy,
God damn it.
he was in Solo. He played Han Solo,
Oh,
a
that's
young version
cool.
of Han Solo. Yeah,
Yeah, that's him.
he did. He looks older,
Very-
and I didn't
yeah.
recognize him with the mustache, but that's
I
definitely
did
him.
Not, yeah, no. I had to go back and look. I was like, that's not him. Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, Aldridge Ellenrich. But she invites him over to the bar, and he also had a problem with drinking, which some people are like making
Yeah.
comparisons to, like what the themes of this movie might be. So
Yeah.
she's like, "Hey, let me get you a drink." He's like, "No, like I don't drink." And then she's like, "Oh, what happened to your hand?" He's like, "Oh, it's nothing." And you find out
Oh,
later what
shit,
happened
I
to his
forgot
hand.
she asked that.
Yeah,
That's
because he has a
funny.
bandage
you
over
see,
his arm.
You see like his hand
hand
like
here.
all bandaged up.
And she's like, "Come on, let me get you a drink." He's like, "All right,
Yeah, because
I'll take a Coke."
Yeah.
Bam, that's how you sobriety. I stand with
I'll
Paul
take.
until the next segment.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, do
I was
you?
like,
Huh?
he seems super reasonable, right? I was like, oh, like he seems like a nice guy. And then you see his segment, you're like, oh, Paul's a dick. Like I hate this guy.
Yeah.
Paul's the worst guy. A cab.
But you're right though. that did take place beforehand because she goes and does a police report about the writing on her car,
Yeah.
the paint on her car, and then that's when she sees Paul and texts him later that day.
Yeah.
So like, okay, it's all one piece.
Yep.
So
One
yeah.
Piece.
Yeah.
Ah,
So yeah, no, then that concludes her portion, and we go into Archer's, right?
Archer story.
Yeah.
And he's the
And-
grieving father who can't move past the disappearance of his son.
Which did you guys feel like pity for the dad? Did you guys feel
Yeah.
for that character?
Yeah.
I have a son. My son went missing.
No,
would
yeah,
feel
of course.
I would
think.
know.
I think no.
Do I
out of-
sympathize with him 100%?
Yeah.
No, of course. Out of all the characters, I did feel with him until like later down the line. I kind of started having my own speculations about him because at first I was like, "Damn, that sucks." Like he's a grieving father. Like he's trying. Out of everybody there, he's the one that was like the one that was investigating the most. You
Yeah,
know?
He can't move on.
Like no, of course no. You can't.
yeah.
You can never move on from that.
It's,
Well, yeah, but at this point, like some parents already like are starting to try to
They're
move on.
they're
Yeah, of
accepting the idea that their kids are gone.
They're gone forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like,
And-
no, I'm
And
not
he's
gonna
becoming
accept it.
obsessive. And
Yeah.
rightfully, understandably so.
like
Understandably so,
to the
yeah.
point he's sleeping in his son's room, right?
And
He's messing stuff up at work.
Yeah.
He's ordering the wrong paint. He's like setting like delivery dates or like
Dimensions
just
and
ordering the
stuff
wrong
wrong,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And it's affecting his life. It's like you feel bad, but at the same time, it's like you.
How do you pick yourself up from that though? You know,
Yeah.
like because his wife looks all obviously she's drained and she's like I'm going to work like
Yeah,
and he's just like laying in his son's bed like
Right.
because I was describing that as like there's two ways to grieve.
Yeah.
And there's obsession, and then there's pushing it down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that small interaction that he had with his wife in that scene was the both sides of those coins.
Right.
But later on we do see two other parents, and they seem to be doing the same thing the mother was doing.
Which fun little cameo,
Yeah, Jake Long.
Justin Long.
Justin Long.
No,
Jake
that
Long, the
wasn't
American
that
Dragon.
wasn't
American
that
Dragon,
wasn't
Jake
that
Long.
wasn't the same character from Barbarian.
it wasn't.
Okay,
No,
'cause-
no, no.
But
Because-
it's fun to see Justin Long in a movie where he doesn't die horribly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I was gonna say, I was like, I haven't seen Barbarian, but I know that he was in that movie, right? And
Yeah,
I
he
know,
was a scumbag in that movie.
yeah,
It's
I know,
great.
and I know how he meets his end in that movie. But then I started hearing before I went to go see this movie, I started hearing how like Barbarian and this one take place in the same universe.
No.
That's what they were saying. They say that
Same
weapons-
director, sure.
He's in Barbarian. He's a famous actor.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So when I saw him,
And
I
Scummy
had this
Landlord.
whole idea. I had this whole idea of
Yeah.
like this movie taking place in the same universe as Barbarian. So when I saw him, I was like, "Is that the same character from Barbarian?" Because if so, that doesn't make any
Post
sense.
gunshot wound.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that makes no goddamn sense. Let me see.
So his
But also, fun fact, because I didn't notice this when I saw the movie, but I
mother?
kept seeing people like reference like, oh my god, like that, I know who that is. The mom was played by Sarah Paxton,
Who's that?
who, well, one, she was in a superhero movie, but she's most notably, she's known for a movie called Aquamarine. She was
What
the mermaid.
hell? I was gonna say the mermaid.
Yeah,
The mermaid. Yeah.
she's married to Zach Cregger. She's the director's wife.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
all right.
hilarious.
Yeah,
No, I saw her and I was like, she looks super familiar. I just can't place it. And
yeah.
then now
I wasn't thinking of it all. I was just because
I recognized her immediately because
the
very beautiful
scene
woman.
in which she appears kind of makes you less sympathetic to Archer's character because he's trying to figure out like what happened to his son. He's
It
like
doesn't
rewatching
take
the
place
footage.
in the same universe.
I know.
No.
I saw the movie.
All right. Yeah. Did you?
I saw both movies. So he tracks the shot of his kid leaving because he had the Ring camera,
Right.
and he goes, "Oh, like other parents had the Ring camera too. Like if I can get a footage, like maybe I can see them like where they were headed.
In the Ring
Yeah.
camera footage, he notices there's a tower in the background.
Right.
So he's like,
Maybe that's where they're headed."
yes.
Yeah.
And so he's like, who else has a Ring camera? And so he starts asking the parents that he knows had one.
and
he-
sure
and he-
enough,
and he
like
goes
they're all
to
running towards that
Sarah Paxton,
place.
and he goes, "Hey, I know we haven't like officially talked at all, but like
You see me around.
my kids, one of the kids that went missing, and I know your kid went missing too, and I'm really sorry about that. But I was wondering if I can see the camera footage from your Ring camera." And she's like, "No, like I don't feel comfortable with that. Like I don't really even know you. Like
It's
I
like,
don't want to give
okay,
you the
well,
footage." And he's like, "Okay, I get it. I understand. I'm sorry." Then it cuts to him eating Subway in his car. He sees the dad pull up, and he goes, "Hey, hey, my kid went missing too. And he goes, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." He's like, "Yeah, like I was wondering if I can see the Ring camera footage of your daughter going missing too." And the best part of that scene, so one is Justin Long, which is
Right.
already hilarious. Two, you see Sarah Paxton's character staring daggers at him.
Yeah.
Because she specifically was like, "No, I don't know you. I don't want to show you anything."
Right.
Only for him to go behind her back and do it anyway.
Well, yeah.
So that was like one thing where I was like, Archer, like I sympathize with you, but you're kind of scummy.
No, I appreciate his persistence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fine with that.
Well, I mean, I sympathize with his character, but it wasn't until like later on. I'm skipping ahead of just a second, just so I can mention that. There's a flashback with the kids, right? Oh, why is that? It's a flashback with what's his name again? The kid. Alex.
The main kid, yeah, Alex.
Okay, there's once his
Story.
you see that all the kids are just being assholes to him, and the biggest asshole in that group was
His son.
his son.
Yeah.
So then it makes me wonder. I was like, okay, well, he has a shitty relationship with his wife from that little segment that we got right there. He is a little explosive, and he is a little not violent, but like I can see some anger issues. And then his
seems
son,
like the type of guy who destroy half the world.
and no, with the snap.
With the
anyway,
stones, yeah.
and then his son is just like an asshole. So it's like there's that dynamic. It's like, okay, well, you sympathize with him because the only thing you can sympathize with him with is just the loss of his child, you know. But if his child was there,
they kind of allude to like absent parenting. Because he goes like, oh, like I wish I had said it more. He's like, I love you, son.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like all the characters that had their stories told, they all had some sort of flaw. You know, obviously the teacher was an alcoholic.
Yeah, nobody in this movie is perfect, and I think that
no, they all
agree. Marcus was perfect.
Who the fuck is Marcus? Oh yeah, he was perfect.
Yeah, dude, literally nothing.
He did everything. He did everything by the book.
He was a fucking sweetheart.
Nice romantic like lunch with like to watch a show with his husband.
I was like, oh my god,
like,
this is such a
one that
fucking
gets
kind
Marcus
person.
is so cool. Like I hope nothing bad happens to him.
Yeah, you deserve to be Sorcerer Supreme.
Exactly. You got this one.
Yeah, that was me. I was like, god damn.
Yeah.
But I took a different interpretation of that portion. I see yours. That makes sense.
I forgot about Marcus because at first I was like, every character has a major flaw, right? Not a flaw, but like a major like.
You could
something
is
right.
You could argue that like he wasn't being persistent or like not following through with his own words, but then Marcus. Like you could say like, oh, you know, he didn't seem to care that much about the situation, but then he literally was like, oh, Justine told me that things seem kind of off, so I'm gonna have a welfare check, and I'm also gonna make it appropriate.
He's great. Yeah, like he did everything in his power at school that his job let him legally do.
He told the aunt, like, hey, you know, I still need the parents here, like regardless you're here, like I need them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can make it easier. I can go to their house, like I'm not trying to be
like whatever's easier for you. Like I just need to know everything is okay.
Yeah, Marcus is an amazing character. Easily my favorite.
Yeah.
But with the segment you're talking about, just because you brought it up, when he was talking about, you know, we see the Alex being bullied.
Yeah.
I was like, where is this movie going? Are we about to go down the path of, because everyone, the class disappeared.
Yeah, except for him.
Oh, he's bullied. I thought the same way. I was like,
is that what happened?
I thought the same thing. I thought like his aunt was like, you want me to make him disappear?
Yeah. Or like, let me show you something that'll help you.
What is this? What is the theme of this movie?
So much more tragic than that, and I'm glad they went in a
different
direction.
But I'm also really confused because there's stuff that confuses me with the aunt's character. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that because there's a lot of things.
But you brought that up, and it was bugging the shit out of me because I was like,
okay.
I was like, oh, are we going down like
child?
You're like, oh man, that's kind of hard. It's on theme with current events.
So he's obsessed over his kid. He has a really strange dream sequence.
Yeah, it looked like astral projection.
Yeah. Also, we forgot to mention this in Justine's segment, but
she had a dream sequence as well.
Great jump scare.
I love the jump scare when she's
very
like
easily.
I argue it doesn't make any sense.
Of course it doesn't.
Both of them.
Both of them don't make
for
any
Justine
sense.
and Archer. Cause
it makes absolutely no sense.
How would they know what she looks like?
Yes, and so when I was discussing this,
would there be a fucking AK-47 in the sky?
Exactly. But when
that was goofy. I laughed. I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
So I have a little thing for that actually.
Yeah. I'm curious because in his dream sequence,
he
sees a gun above the house.
But not just a gun, but a gun. Like literally, it looks like gun. It's like a giant, perfectly.
But then you see where I get the connection to Alex's bullying segment later.
Yeah,
I was like,
because I was like, it's a movie called Weapons.
I didn't.
Kids go missing.
I don't find that to be the greatest.
As a kids go missing. I was like, is this supposed to reference like school shootings?
Right off the bat, right off the bat, I thought the same thing. I was like, there has to be like this theme on this, you know, like all the kids go missing, parents are grieving, but the school board doesn't really do shit.
Yeah,
you know.
Let's get into this one a little bit before we end this segment. So there was a lot of theories around on what 217 could mean.
I'm listening.
So it was the joke I made was like, oh, that's his KD ratio.
Stupid.
Because it's just a gun.
I gotta censor that again.
So there was two survivors.
Yes.
And 17 kids missing.
Okay.
Right.
That's cool. I like that.
So the director, he was in a comedy troupe called The Whitest Kids You Know.
Okay.
And one of the people in the troupe was a comedian known as Trevor Moore, who recently passed away.
Okay.
So he died. The estimated time around his death was around 217. in the morning. That was like maybe it's like maybe that's like another like an homage to his friend.
Maybe, yeah.
Another thing that was more based in reality is there was a school shooting in I want to say it was like 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
And this was the closest they ever got to banning assault
It
rifles.
was the Sandy Hooks,
And
I think it was.
It wasn't Sandy Hook. It was a different
Mm.
one. But it was the closest they ever got to an assault rifle ban. So it passed Congress with 217 votes, and then it died in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another comparison to the 217. And then the
that's
fact that it was
really good
on a gun
Yeah, it's
was more like. That's why I was like,
It's like in your face,
Is this
yeah.
about?
Well, it was like, what is the meaning of that? that was my
Yeah,
biggest.
Well, you
I
kinda
think
have to- yeah, you kinda
the
have to look into
director,
it.
so Zach Cregger said, like 217 has
a lot,
a lot of
meanings.
significance
Yeah.
and no significance whatsoever.
Yeah,
Because sometimes things just happen.
that's cool. I like
And
that.
just like because just like when it happens at the end, you see the time she, like the lady, she didn't choose that time. It just so happens to be that
It
time.
just
when
happens to be that time, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's happenstance.
Yeah. So those are some little.
I like that.
And
Yeah,
actually, let
me
me get
too.
to this.
Good job, Raymond.
I'll do this fun
Great-
fact
great
for you
segment.
guys, just because otherwise we're gonna. Just because I think it makes sense for this portion. It says Archer has a nightmare involving Matthew and a strange, large floating assault rifle hovering in the sky above their house.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly, there is a poster of a large assault rifle in Matthew's room on the wall directly across the bed in which Archer is sleeping in. So perhaps partially contributing to Archer seeing that in his dream.
Okay.
So because every night
Fair
he falls
enough,
asleep
yeah,
in Matthew's
okay.
room facing that wall, so facing the poster.
I mean,
Yeah.
they put that poster in the movie for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
they
Set
just,
design, I feel like set design is so underappreciated.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
It's so
you know.
good.
I was looking.
Yeah,
at, I
it's
was looking at a
super
lot
good.
of just the shots that they chose. Like, why did the director choose to put this
there's
in?
so many great shots in
Yeah.
this movie.
I
We'll,
was
we'll
looking at a
get
lot
to
of
it.
them.
We'll get to it. But should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a quick break.
All right,
And then
we'll
get to the next segment.
be right back.
All right, and we're back. So we're gonna try and speed run the rest of the movie because we don't want this.
Go watch it yourself.
Yeah, we don't want this episode to be longer than the movie itself.
Yeah, 'cause,
we don't want another repeat of Evil Dead Rises with a
You
video.
son of a bitch.
Hopefully.
So the next segment we get to see is Paul. You know, good guy Paul was there for Justine when she needed
Her chips are down.
Oh man.
her
Yep.
pants were down. So we get a little glimpse of Paul. So he is not happy at his job.
He's not happy with.
He's not happy with his wife.
No.
His wife literally calls him and be like, guess what we're doing today?
Gonna be doing
Each
it.
other.
Doing
Yeah.
it.
And he's like,
I'm not
cool.
going to the door.
And the thing is,
Whatever.
he's just, you know, scummy because it's like he doesn't have a bad life.
No.
You know, so he's just
Unhappy.
unhappy.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like okay, but the
So-
thing is that being unhappy, but then doing the actions that you do, it makes you a bad person. I feel
It's
like.
it's very much how in Slither, Merle's character.
yeah.
He
But Merle doesn't.
he's more
have-
likable than this guy.
Not only that, but Merle doesn't really have a great life. You know, this guy has a great life.
Merle
He has a
and-
good
Merle had a
job.
good life.
Slither.
He has a good job. He has a good family, great wife. You know, but
Are we
he
talking
just,
about Merle?
No, we're talking about.
about
Because Merle has a good job. He has a good wife.
He's literally like the person who sponsors everyone at. That's why everyone. kisses
Yeah,
his
no,
ass.
but his life at home sucks.
Yeah, he's just not getting snooze snoo.
That's all it was. That's all it was.
And
Oh,
what's
that's
up?
all it
And,
was.
Yeah,
Paul's
and-
getting snooze too.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's why I was like, no, I'm just saying how funny that like Paul's the more dislikable character
Oh
than,
yeah,
than
definitely,
Merle was in
definitely,
Slither.
yeah, definitely.
I was like,
yeah.
yeah, just
But
a little
anyway-
random shot in the dark there.
So,
Yeah, you're
so
right.
his wife or girlfriend calls him. And is like, hey, guess what? We're doing it. He's like, cool, sure. He's like, oh, and tell my dad that we're gonna be able to make it to his dinner,
His
Yeah.
anniversary,
dinner.
dinner.
And he's like, okay. And then so his dad is the chief of police.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
boss.
Makes it even more
His
cushy,
boss, yeah.
more cushy for his job.
The way I understood it in that moment was that he doesn't like his relationship, but he can't break up with her because it's his boss's daughter.
Ah, that's
That's
good.
how I
okay,
understood it.
that's pretty good.
Because it's like, how are you gonna dump your boss's daughter?
Yeah, you're
And-
chief of
Yeah,
police.
that's what I've.
And
that's,
then I mean, he's also getting
Yeah, that's true.
if he's unhappy, and then also she's like, hey, like, because it wasn't just like, oh, let's do it. It was like, hey, this is the perfect time for me to get pregnant to have a baby. And it's
exactly.
like,
that's how
he's
I.
like, I'm gonna be stuck in this relationship that I don't like. with a baby I probably won't be able to stand.
Perspective.
All for a job that I don't
That's how
really
I
like.
understood it.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
weird
No,
that
that
that's
doesn't
how you-
excuse his actions.
No, it does not.
Doesn't
Because what he
excuse
does
his
next is
actions.
pretty crappy.
Yeah.
So
To both girls, but go on.
So he's like, hey, dad-in-law or whatever. He's like, we're gonna be able to make your dinner. She's like, oh, like she's coming back. Like, why's she coming back so early? And he's not gonna be like, oh, because she's,
Yeah, things got canceled.
she wants a little Paul.
Yeah.
So he's just
Paul
like, oh, I don't
Jr..
know. Like, I guess she just kind of wrapped up. It's fine. And then she goes, okay. So he walks out of the police station. He
Nice.
sees Justine. They do the little wave.
Hola.
She messaged him like, hey, like,
Not yet though. She messages him later. So she sees she sees him,
Mhm.
and he goes on his patrol.
Yeah.
And then after everything goes on with his patrol, that's when he gets the message like, "Hey," that's where he's just like,
No.
"What are you doing tonight?"
So he sees them. He waves at Justine. He goes on his patrol. He sees some guy breaking into a building.
Oh yeah, someone literally
Now,
prying open a window.
Let me speak about this one scene real quick. He starts chasing the guy, right?
Because
In the
he
police
books it,
cruiser,
yeah.
Because he books it. I love the cinematography in this scene because the camera,
love the whole scene.
the
It was
way the
great.
camera is set up, it's in the back seat. And as the car is moving, the camera is just stuck on him, But as the camera's moving here, the car's moving over here, and
Yeah,
the camera's
really cool shots.
It kind of makes you feel like a little dizzy, like if you're in the back seat, like
Yes.
watching this
And there's
happen.
also another cool segment later in the movie.
Exactly.
that has the
So
same exact thing.
I do enjoy the camera scene because it puts you in his perspective, straight in his perspective, like if you were like with him in the car.
Also, as spectating this scene, I was actually sympathetic towards the officer. I was like, he's clearly something's going wrong. You're obviously gonna stop this guy. He tackles him to the ground.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
Yeah.
I worked there, and
Yeah.
you're like, am I misjudging the situation?
Yeah, because he was like super chill about everything up until the search.
Yes. No. Yeah. Because he thought he was actually breaking in. He's
Yeah.
like, no, I work there. Call my manager. I call whoever. Yada yada. And the officer gives him the benefit of the doubt. And because he gave him the benefit of the doubt, it's like the situation escalated even further.
That was
And that's what
crazy.
sucks. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what
like,
sucks too.
because I don't think Paul was being a bad officer in that moment at all until he throws his little haymaker.
Yeah.
So what happens? Why does he throw a haymaker? Cuz
So he stops him. He's like, hey, like, why'd you run? This,
Don't
that,
run-
or
don't
whatever.
run from the
Yeah,
police.
Don't run from the cops.
Yeah.
He's like, it's very simple. He's like, if you're not doing anything wrong, don't run. And he's like, is there anything in your pockets I should worry about? He's like, no. He's like, is there anything? Like,
anything's
sharp?
gonna
Like,
prick me.
I don't want to get poked. He's like, no. And he checks his pocket. Sure enough, he gets stabbed.
A syringe in the freaking
There's a syringe
finger.
in his finger.
Ah.
And he snaps and he punches him.
And that's where he oversteps. It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
He punches him. He
You
starts
understand
freaking
it.
out. He's like, you're good. Like,
He looks in the car. He looks in the car, and like the dash cam's recording. He's like,
Yeah.
shit.
dash cam's recording.
Yeah, body cam's
recording.
recording. So
So he picks up the James, the junkie, the homeless guy, and he goes, like, hey, look, like, here's how I see it. Like, you did me wrong, I did you wrong.
Yeah.
Let's just say we leave past and like we're good. Like, let's,
Bones be bones.
yeah. And then the guy's like barely like conscious. He's like, what? And he's like you're good, right? He's like, but don't let me ever see you around here.
Yeah.
If I see you around here, we're gonna have problems, okay?
Yeah.
And then he goes to see Justine. And
He goes to tell the boss, hey,
Yeah.
this is what happened.
Yeah, he goes
And
to his
the
boss and he
is
goes,
like,
hey, like,
that's scummy as hell too.
no, but the boss, he was pissed. But at the same time, like it's like
It's
I
gonna
feel
go
like he
away.
said, well, fuck, well,
he's like,
you're
so long
my
as
you're my
nobody-
son-in-law,
Yeah.
so
He's
I
like, so long as nobody makes complaint, nobody's gonna see that footage.
right.
Just
Exactly.
think
and-
how jacked that is. Like,
and-
as
and
a
he's like-
concept.
yeah.
And he's like, and in a month, that footage is gonna get overwritten.
Yeah.
So it's like, so long as you don't get any complaints within the last month or within the next month,
Yeah.
you're set
Yeah.
or whatever, right?
And then he gets in his car and he gets a text from homegirl.
Homegirl, it's the Silver Surfer herself.
Yeah.
Shala Ball.
And so that's where he's
I
like,
herald your end.
Yeah, Harold,
I love how quickly they breeze past their snoop. And
Yeah.
they're like, he meets up with her and now they're doing that.
and then they're just porking it. So.
And then he goes home and his lady that he's supposed to be with is home early.
Already home,
early,
yeah.
And she's like, well, you are a piece of crap, aren't you?
Yeah, well, she's like, oh, like, well, where were you last night? He's like, I came home early. He's like,
He
oh,
clearly
I was
looks
just-
like crap.
He's like, well, I think he has like a black eye or something.
Yeah.
Does he? No.
Like his fingers bandaged because he got stabbed. I think there was a little
Oh
bit
no,
of a
he's hung
confrontation.
over. He's super hung
Oh, he's
over.
hung over,
yeah.
but I thought he also had like a black eye or something.
No, doesn't hit him in the
Nah.
face. After the bar, he just gets laid, and then they move on. So,
Yeah, so then she puts
Walk
one
of
and
shame.
one together,
Yeah.
realizes that he cheated on her,
Mm-hmm.
which is why you see the segment in Justine's story where she gets assaulted at the liquor store.
Exactly. All her
Yeah,
segment
exactly.
ends.
Yeah.
And then Paul goes to work because he's got to go to work.
Yeah, he's like, I guess I got to go to work, and then dad-in-law sees him. His
Yeah.
father-in-law is like,
Looks
I know
yeah.
what you know.
And then
So he's like, okay, well,
And
my
he's like, I'm
life
just
at
gonna
work
dip.
is over.
I'm
yeah.
just gonna go to work. I'm gonna go to my patrol and not have to deal with this right now.
Yeah.
As soon as he gets out of his work, who does he see walking up to the station? But my man James.
And
Yeah.
immediately unplugs his camera, unplugs his body cam, and goes straight.
Just chases him
down, and that's pretty scary. Like,
yeah, and then we see
James'
James.
James' perspective.
perspective.
And his is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
He's a junkie.
he's a junkie. He's a scumbag.
He just steals stuff,
literally
pawns it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you see a segment where he's literally going,
Opening doors.
yeah, trying to open every
Car
door he
doors,
can.
yeah.
He steals
A tablet.
and headphones
Yeah.
from a little kid. Quite possibly one of the kids who went missing, which is
Yeah,
even worse.
exactly.
That's like all they
I
have
didn't
to
think
remember.
about that.
Yeah,
That's
All they have
exactly.
to remember them by.
Like, it's
And he steals it to
sadder.
try and make a couple bucks.
He's trying to get. Where was he trying to get into?
He went to a pawn. No, he went to a pawn shop. They wouldn't take the kid stuff. He's like, I don't want it. Like, why would I want to sell this?
Yeah.
And then he sees a house that looks kind of abandoned,
Yeah,
covered up.
he sees a lot of like newspapers out. He's like, okay, like, well, nobody's in there for a while. Like, it's probably abandoned. So
No.
Yeah.
Before, because this happens after he gets.
Oh yeah, after the segment with.
So where was
Paul.
he trying to get in?
He was just trying to break into a place to get money. That's it.
When he takes off running, that was another cool shot where like the camera's kind of like tilted and then tilted this way, so it makes it seem like you're running with him. So I thought that was pretty cool. How it's like it goes from like chasing to like a running scene. You know?
they just put you in a treadmill.
Yeah, no, it was pretty cool.
But yeah,
yeah.
you're right. That segment with Paul where he gets freaking laid out is right before he finds the house that's abandoned.
Yeah.
So he goes into the abandoned house, and you also get another really amazing, creepy.
So we didn't mention this before,
Awesome
but Justine actually sees that same house. That house belonged to Alex, and she noticed something a little peculiar. All the windows are blocked off.
Oh
with,
yeah,
like newspaper and stuff. And she sees two bodies like at the window.
Oh, she sees him sitting on the couch, not moving.
Yeah, just
Right.
staring
in the
out.
dark room.
Yeah. So now we're gonna get a different perspective of the same house where James sees it, and he tries to break in, and he succeeds. And there's just a bunch of furniture lying around, a bunch of soup cans. Everything's dirty. Everything's gross. And he's
tries
like,
to go.
"Well, I'm already here." He starts putting a
he's
bunch
like
of
just
stuff in the
Starts
bag.
looting. Da-da-da.
Yeah, getting a bunch of like gaming consoles, a bunch of silverware, just a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff.
See-
He sees the two people sitting on the couch staring
like,
into
"Hey, you
nothing.
guys okay?"
Yeah.
He freaks out,
Thinks, "I'm
realizes
sorry,
they're
I'm
not
sorry."
moving.
Yeah.
It kind of
and
reminds me.
continues to
It
Yes.
kind of reminds me of that one scene from Insidious when they're in the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they're just that family's just sitting in the couch and it's like, oh shit, they're not moving, they're just there.
But his
know?
reaction is so like ridiculous,
Yeah.
and it's
I know.
perfect for his character.
Yeah,
So he continues looting. He tries to go upstairs. There's a door that's locked upstairs,
yeah.
and then he goes into the basement. Right? Why does he go to the basement?
I think he falls through the door
What's something?
because
must have scared him
the
then.
parents get up and start walking.
They start walking after he gets up from the basement. That's what scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, because
Because I was like, they're gonna fucking move.
Yeah.
that's another part where our theater kind of like got shocked that when he goes
That whole
to the
segment was
basement. Yeah,
terrifying.
when he goes to the basement, he finds the kids.
Did you
Which
guys
is-
flinch now? Or I did.
Flinched?
Lynch,
When the kids turned?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
knew-
like,
I don't think
oh
there was
no
an
way.
audio
you had your eyes open for that?
No, because when we saw the kids, everybody was like, oh, like the
Yeah,
kids,
they're all, they're
she
all
was like,
not moving
that's
in the
all.
dark.
That's all them. And then
Yeah,
he's like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
and
But the turn was pretty nuts. I think it's because none of the people had moved up until that point.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
the first time you just see just an instant movement, and it
Yeah.
scared the shit out of me.
yeah, me too. I was like, oh,
And then he
God.
freaks out, leaves the basement.
And then
Then the parents get up.
yeah, they're sitting, and you're waiting for them to move, and he just like he's gathering himself. He stands up, and when you stand up, they're already standing. You're like,
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God.
And you're like, yeah, that's it. That's it
he's done.
that's it for James. And then
He
nothing
books
really
it.
comes of it.
He books
he
it.
grabs the rest of the stuff and he just runs.
Yeah, and then he
And
tries
then
to
we're
open that
like,
door.
like clearly he's gonna say something, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't even cross his mind. Goes back to the pawn shop, like, hey, this is what I have, and he's just kind of like thinking, like, it was a weird day.
It's a weird day, but I
And then
got
he
some
sees
cash.
a poster,
Yeah.
with a
$50,000 reward
Yeah.
if you have any information on the missing kids.
And he's
You
like,
know
and
who needs money for drugs?
James.
My boy James.
So there's two big moments there that I love. He looks at he looks at the missing photos, and he doesn't even care. He looks
Yeah.
at the money.
Yeah, of
And,
course.
like you see, the
nah.
camera shows it like as if you're him, and it's
Yeah.
so perfect the way they do it.
There's a lot of great camera shots from James' point of view that it's like they give you clues on what he's thinking.
Yeah, you can
But
go,
just like, for example, one of the shots that it's simple, but I love is when he finds a house, Alex's house. There's a quick shot of like him looking at the driveway, and there's a bunch of newspapers, and right away he starts breaking in, And that just goes to show he's like, in his head, it's like, oh, cool. Lots of newspapers. No one has been home for
it's like
weeks.
He doesn't speak. He's just, you know what he's thinking through is the camera movement.
So
it's
like,
it's funny because I don't think anyone else has that treatment in their segments.
There's a couple, but not to his degree.
Yeah.
It's because I feel like,
it's indirect storytelling where you just see the camera telling you this story. Through his perspective.
I feel like the movie is edited depending on which character you're watching.
Yes,
so
it
it's
does
like,
very much feel like that.
one of the best like fast paced edits is obviously like the cop and the scenes where they're chasing him. There's scenes like quick like looking in here and then look at James looking at here. That's because you're seeing what he's thinking too.
And the segments made the characters more meaningful overall.
Yeah,
Because I don't usually remember every single character in a movie, and I'm like, oh yeah, this was this
honestly,
person.
yeah. I think the title cards made it more easy to remember the characters.
And
names.
it's funny because when they showed James, I was like the crackhead. I was like, I don't give a shit
it's
about
funny because
him.
I was watching it. And it was
but I was like, why are they showing him?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
It was Justine or whatever, and then the story would go through. It'd be like Archer, and my friend's like, "Who the hell is Archer?" And it'd be like Paul. He's like, "Who the hell is Paul?"
But James tries to call the PD.
Yeah, and he goes, "Hey, how do I get this money? I have information."
Oh, and he also like gets high like immediately.
Yeah,
like as soon as he got the $100 from the pawn shop, he just gets high immediately and then calls. So I was like, "Oh my god, dude!"
Yeah, so he calls like, "Hey, like, how to get that money? Like, I can't really go to the police station. Like, is it like, can you guys meet me somewhere?" And they basically tell him like, "No, like, you got to show up to the station."
You got to show up to the station, yeah.
So he starts going to the station, and who does he see? But Paul.
The end of Paul
and
segment.
Paul takes off his camera and he chases him down.
Because at this point, Paul has like nothing to lose but this job.
Yeah,
exactly.
So then James runs away super quick. He eventually loses him, and then he sees like this creepy figure just kind of waving at him.
That was creepy
Pennywise.
to me. I was like, "What the?"
I was like, whatever.
It reminded you of the Pennywise too, because
Yeah.
I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
So it reminded me of that, and then he kind of freaks out about that. He runs to his tent, and he's ready to defend himself. So he has a bunch of needles.
He grabbed a bunch of syringes, 3 syringes in his hand. He's waiting at the door, and I'm like, of course, it's not going to be the
it's not going to be whatever that thing was outside.
Yeah.
And of course, it's Paul. And he stabs him
in the face.
Fucking cheek, and I was like, "Oh, of course he would get
4
times the AIDS."
Paul luckily does not kill him in this moment.
He was
I thought he was going to. Yeah.
I thought he was going to just beat him to a bloody
I was like, James
pulp.
is going to die, and we're not going to know where the kids are.
Yeah,
because he's the only one who knows.
Gone. Yeah.
So despite Paul being kind of a scumbag, great restraint outside the first thing.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Look, I know where the kids are. I can take you to them. It's a house super close by." And he's like, "Do you have AIDS?" He goes,
"That was a funny scene."
He's like, "What?" He's like, "Do you have AIDS?" And he goes, I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He's like, what else did he say? Like, hepatitis? It was like, no.
That's what I'm aware of.
Yeah, that's what I'm aware of.
I was laughing.
Yeah.
But then Paul takes him to the house, Alex's house, with James locked in the back seat, unable to escape.
Yep.
And Paul goes by himself, knocks on that door, it opens.
By itself.
Yes.
Yeah,
for hours. He's gone for hours.
Similar Justine's segment, where you go from day to night.
Instant. James screaming in the backseat, "Let me out."
Yeah.
Obviously coming down from his high. And Paul goes and grabs James and brings him inside the house. And that's how the segment ends.
Yep.
And we get the one of the most brutal segments in this movie. Honestly, one of my favorite segments of this movie.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Yeah. And my God. Marcus up until this point has been an amazing character.
Such a sympathetic character.
100%.
Both sides.
So his segment starts off with him at a grocery store with his husband.
Taking the call from Justine.
He's talking the call from Justine. He's like, "Look, like, we can't really do anything about it. You know,
don't
like,
follow
just,
the kids.
You shouldn't be there.
For your sake, I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah.
You know, like you're my employee. Like, I respect you as a colleague.
Yeah.
I'll look into it, or whatever. Like, she does her own thing because she's
Christine.
Yeah, Justine. And then he goes about it, and he calls the parents to come over, and we meet Gladys, an older lady with a
and now we finally see the face to the person, the being we keep seeing in all these dream sequences in the forest
shots. Yeah.
Yes, and we're like, okay, she's a person from what we could tell.
Right.
So in my mind, I was like, witch, like.
Right off the bat, I was like,
or she's like a supernatural being of some kind.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, right off the bat,
because she was like in their dreams and
very
stuff.
unsettling looking.
Yeah, sickly, but clearly wearing a wig.
Yeah,
and
like makeup messed up, everything.
Overly happy, fake happy. The one where you're like, it's not believable.
But she goes and she's like, "Oh, like, well, Alex's parents aren't feeling well. You know, they gotta taste the consumption." He's like, what?
That was so weird.
And he's like, oh, sorry, like, consumption. Like I thought that was just like an old timey thing from like settlers got. And she goes, oh, like, well, like it's just like a common saying or whatever. Which a lot of people are like, how long has she been around? Because that's like a saying from like the 1800s.
That's like a theory.
I didn't know what that meant. I was like, what is it?
It's a theory that a lot of people were saying that it's like she's been around for a really long time, and that's why she's so fragile and old. She's kind of like Alex. Like she told me, she's kind of like the mom from Tangled.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
So then he was like, look, like I need to speak to the parents. If not, I have to call Child Protective Services. She goes, you didn't call them though, right? He goes, no, like I don't want to. Like that's.
Oh no,
I'm
she's
trying
like,
to avoid that.
Yeah, she's like CPS. That's not necessary.
Yeah, and he says like, well, it is if I can't get a hold of his parents.
Yeah, I need to talk directly to them.
He's like, I can go there if it's easier or whatever. She's like, oh, like,
she's
like,
nice
well,
person,
like
dude.
you know, like it's fine. Like I'll see about it.
No,
whatever,
she
right?
said Monday should be fine or something like that. Like,
and then I think she shows up to his house on Saturday.
Yeah, and that's exactly right.
So basically, the very next day.
And Marcus's name is pretty short. It's literally just that scene, and then it's him at his house.
It's that scene.
Enjoying the stuff he bought.
There, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so thirsty. Can I have some water?"
The bus dropped me off.
Yeah, he's like, "Can I have some water?" He's like, "Oh, get her a cup." He's like, "Actually, could I have a bowl?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm just a little peculiar. Like, can I have a bowl of water?" And he's like, "Oh, sure. You know, like,
yeah, why not?
You just showed up at my house, and it's."
I also love that his she manipulates his partner's kindness because because
I want to make it quick because we're almost out of time, but the segment is almost as similar to Archer's story, where he didn't get the answer he wanted from the wife, so he went to the husband.
Yeah.
So she didn't get the answer she wanted from Marcus, so she goes, "Oh, like, well, I'm so thirsty. Like, if only I can come inside." And then obviously the husband being more sympathetic was like, "Okay, yeah, like,
sure.
like invite her inside."
But
like,
even
come on.
Marcus, he was like, "Oh,
he was like, no, that's not appropriate.
Like, it's not appropriate for you to come.
But I love that because the whole time his character's like, no, there's boundaries you have as a student-teacher relationship.
Right.
So her asking to come in, he's like, no, you cannot come into my house.
Right.
And then she plays it up for his partner, knowing that he's gonna probably most likely not a teacher, not gonna be more kind-hearted and compassionate. I love that. I love that character part. And then we go ahead, just finish this off because it's
one of the most brutal scenes. So she like kind of grabs a thing and he notices, he's like, "Oh, are those my ribbons for my office?" And she like has them wrapped around a stick and she stabs her finger or she cuts her arm and she goes, "Oh, like silly me."
Silly
and then,
me.
His husband's like, "Oh, let me get."
Why would you do that? What happened?
Yeah, let me get you a rag. So he leaves or whatever, and then she puts the blood on the stick and then she snaps it. And when his husband comes back with the rag, Marcus is under her control.
Mm-hmm.
And he has her. You've seen Invincible, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's the thing you're missing. She cut off a piece of the partner's hair.
Oh yeah.
For the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
She cuts off her hair because you kind of learn a little bit. So she needs.
You need a piece of someone.
You need
or
a piece
something
of someone. Someone's personal belonging to control them.
Yes.
And you need somebody's hair to make them the target.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Snaps it, drops it in the water, and then we get the most brutal scene, like you said.
Brutal, most
It was
unnecessary. Like
brutal.
it's not that it was unnecessary. It's just that it just felt so mean spirited.
No, for me, I agree. It is mean spirited. It hurts the audience, but it's the first time we're seeing this person, this being, whatever this creature is, be like how ruthless it is. Like you
Just
don't
pure savagery.
How much do you fear this old lady?
Not a lot.
Bet
Not
you
a
fear her
lot.
now.
Yeah.
And that's what it felt like. It felt like a statement to the audience. Like
It's like, don't let the appearance be deceiving.
Right.
This is the danger of the movie.
yes, she is the villain, and she should be you should be afraid of her.
Right,
That's
yeah.
what it felt like, and it hurt. It hurt to watch, and you're like, and then she goes and sets the spell to happen on the cursed Justine,
And you see Marcus running through the entire town
non-stop.
So he's basically just a guided missile. And
Right.
he's been running for so long. You see him become dehydrated.
Yeah, and
that's why
that's
his
what
eyes are popping out.
That's what drove me crazy. I'm like,
What happened to his eyes?
imagine
What happened to his
we go to the
eyes?
gym, and remember yesterday we're like, all right, we're gonna run for 5 minutes. At 3 minutes, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to stop.
All right, 3 minutes.
Yeah, this guy ran for who knows how long.
Yes, and the way they filmed it,
Without
just
blinking.
following
Without blinking, and he's a big guy. Imagine like his heart rate at this point. It must be like.
But wasn't it
off
cool way they shot it? Like
Oh, it was
just following his
amazing.
feet. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Nonstop.
Yeah, it was like this, and then running on grass through a park, through the street, and it's like you just know he traveled for miles,
and then
just running nonstop.
And then we get to the end of Archer's scene. Literally him like attacking Justine at the gas station.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, that was pretty awesome.
Oh my God. Dude.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah. So let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we're gonna finish this up with one last segment.
Last
and then
time. We'll be back.
Okay, so at this point, all of the stories are culminating to like the finale.
Yes,
big
and
finale,
the final big reveal with the final segment. But what happened to Marcus? We didn't say what happened to him.
No, so he's chasing
He's
Justine
chasing Justine
through the.
He chased her into the gas station.
Yeah.
Archer's trying his best to stop him, but he's relentless. He's just going after her.
Hey,
straight.
Archer really saved her life.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
He tackled
Hell
that fool
yeah.
through a refrigerator door.
yeah.
And we get one of the funniest lines in the movie where he's like, "Get out of my store!"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Help me!"
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, what the
you
fuck?
have to
Did
leave. He's
see
like,
this?
help me.
Yeah, and then she gets into her car, she books, and she bails out, obviously.
And he
And then
just
he's still
chases.
chasing
He's
her.
still
And
chasing.
then this is where I wanted you to
Yeah,
say,
so then
freaking go ahead.
so Archer
Oh
gets
my
in his
God,
car.
dude.
He starts following her.
Yeah.
He's still running after her. He's like going through.
Traffic.
She runs, and then Marcus just gets hit by a truck.
Obliterated. Oh my God!
Yeah,
and I was
dude.
like, oh my, like you knew that. I was honestly hoping, and that's because I'm horror movie kind of messed up. I was
Yeah.
hoping his body was gonna be twitching, like trying to get her still. After.
Oh yeah, that
That'd
would have been
be-
crazy.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but his whole when you saw his head, they showed the prosthetics. It was amazing.
Yeah.
There was no coming back from that. There was no movement
way.
after
no
that.
way
Yeah.
after that. Yeah.
But it also shows that she was not going to stop. There was no.
Yeah.
There was,
The only way is if that he was dead.
yes, or yeah. I mean, yeah, and now that also establishes that threat later. That's on this upcoming scene. So So we get this. We get this kind moment between Justine and Archer, where Archer now stops seeing her as a witch and as a person that is experiencing just as much grief as he is, but in a different way.
Yeah.
He no
'Cause I
longer
know a lot of
sees
people were like, "Oh, all of our kids are missing, and she's out drinking."
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because she immediately after she gets booed from the town.
she goes
and
and
they're
gets
like,
vodka.
"Hey, you should go straight home."
Yeah.
Doesn't go straight home. Goes to the liquor store, and then
Yeah.
gets in her car to leave. And you
And
see a
then-
truck watching her, and it's Archer.
Yeah.
And he's like, "This bit, you know,
Yeah.
like my
Yeah,
kid's missing, and you're
Yeah.
out here drinking.
Yeah.
You're getting paid leave, and you're gonna just go home and drink."
You know what? Witch.
Which
Yeah.
is funny because I don't know if you caught that, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
The paint that he
ordered
misordered.
the wrong color of. He was gonna return it. He sees her car and decides, a little late night vandalism never hurt anybody.
little late night terrorism.
Yeah.
Because he like knocks on her door too. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was all
messing
him.
With her. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so
but
he
he
we
goes.
finally have
He's
this.
like, I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, and he's like, I have.
I have, and that part was a little weird to me. It was like, I'm gonna immediately make the connection that like my kids are running the same way.
Well, when he's chasing him behind the car,
Yeah.
that's when you see his like arms back like that. I think that was the
Yeah.
moment where he was like
This is connected to the kid somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the relentless nature of how he was running, the fact
Yeah.
that he doesn't believe his son would ever leave him, like the way that like no one imagined their kid would leave him like that.
Yeah.
And then you see the same movement, and he's unreasonably like,
He's like,
Yeah.
my kid plays baseball. There's no way he watches Naruto.
and then yeah, final segment. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't even break it down so long.
So he goes, yeah, like I've seen this before. My kid ran that exact same way when he left the house.
And what's her name?
And then he tracks down his house and then the other girl's house
Right.
and which direction they went. He's like, assuming they went in a straight line, they would have to meet somewhere in this area.
Right.
And Justine sees where the intersection. She goes,
Oh, that's Alex.
that's Alex's house.
Mm-hmm.
So now we get to
Alex.
Alex's
And now we're in our finale. Now we got to the finale without having to need James because it was the all is lost moment when James disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the only
exactly.
person who could give us a hint.
He's
as
the
to
only
what
one
that
that
situation would
solves
happen.
the mystery.
Yeah, Marcus was
Yeah.
the only person who could have got like more additional help. He's dead.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like there's no more hope outside.
we know James is gone
Yes,
because Paul took him in.
and the only way they would have figured this out is if Archer learned to move past
Right.
seeing Justine as just a witch.
Yeah.
And that's also like
He's
it's,
like, you stop-
it's a beautiful like
Stop
correlation.
blaming
Yeah.
others, and you have to like just take a deeper look at the
See people as
situation.
people, like you said,
Yeah,
like they're not a
exactly.
witch hunt. So, final segment, another ruthless segment because it involves a child.
Yeah, I was the most sympathetic toward Alex.
Of course.
Um,
He
It
had
just-
nothing wrong. He had great parents. Like,
He was a victim. But
I mean, his mom wanted him to clean his room.
Yeah. I love that line. She's like, "Oh, you have to clean up your own mess," and I was like, "Is that what cleaning your room is?" Epiphany moment.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Dad.
So he gets a ride from school from his dad. His dad's super cool. He's like,
Super
"Hey,
cool,
like, what's up,
yeah.
Axeman?"
He has a cool
What's
Southern
up,
accent.
man?
Yeah, and he's like taking him to school. He's like, "Hey, man, like, hey, you have a good day," or whatever.
Say
right?
hi to your mom for me.
Say hi to your mom for me.
Yeah, they tell each other, "I love you." Like
Yeah.
when they leave the
Yeah.
car.
Like good parents, good loving relationship with
Yeah.
his parents. And then he's taking him back to school. He's like, "Hey, look." He's like, "Look, Axeman, your mom's aunt is coming to stay with us for a bit.
She's not doing too
She's
well.
not doing too well.
She's
She's sick." And he's like, "Well, I don't even know her." He's like, "Well, you know what, bud? Like, I don't really know her either. But like, that's your mom's family, and like, family helps each other out. So like, we got to do our best to help him out." And then it's fun. It's fun because you see it from a child's perspective.
Yeah.
Because it's like late at night, and you just see a car pull up,
Mm-hmm.
and he's looking from his window, and he just sees like people. His dad helping somebody.
Yeah, just like
moving.
movement.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on. It's just movement.
Yeah, and then the next day he's like, it's kind of weird, like I don't even really know her.
Let me go check
I
out.
mean,
How long is she even gonna be here? He's like, honestly, like probably not long, like maybe
she's
like
not-
a month.
She's
Yeah.
really sickly.
Yeah, she's
and
really sick. Like she's only probably gonna be here for a month. He's like, look, like I'll pick you up after school, right?
Yeah.
So he goes to school.
We're
After school ends,
We're
he's still
condensing
getting
too,
picked
so.
on. Nobody comes.
No one ever picks him up.
So that's where we're talking about the scene where the other teacher comes and
Checks
says, "Hey,
on
like,
him.
what happened? Like you missed your ride or
I
something?"
thought that was gonna be Justine giving him
I
the
thought-
ride.
yeah.
because it's like at the beginning it was like, oh, it's not appropriate to give students ride home. I thought it was that scene where like, she
but
gave him a ride home.
that's how she lost her job at another teaching facility. But yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But he's like, "No, I'll just walk home."
Alex is gonna walk home. He's like, "I don't need help. I got this." He gets home and he finds his dad and his mom facing each other at the dinner table, not speaking or responsive. Oh no, they say, "How was your school day?"
Yeah,
Like as if nothing was wrong.
It was like an echo of their former selves. So it's almost
Yeah.
like when somebody goes through a tragedy and it's like you're just gonna go through the same beats that
Emotions, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're just kind of like, "Hey, Axeman," and whatever, but very like
It was
dead
like
inside.
they're hollowed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he immediately knows something's wrong.
Yeah, he knows something's wrong. He's like, "Dad." I saw this funny video. It was just like when you're being possessed, but you find out you're your kid's favorite, and he's like trying to wake
Yeah,
up.
when he
Like,
said his
He's
dad
like-
first. Yeah.
He's like,
He throws water in his face.
yeah, and then
No
the
response.
aunt's like, he's like, "Look, your parents are resting, and you're not gonna tell anybody I'm here, okay?"
Yeah, this thing was
and
fucking,
he's like-
I loved it.
She's like, "You understand?" And then he tries waking up his dad again, and she snaps a twig, and they start stabbing themselves
Oh,
in the face with
a fork.
forks.
fork, yeah.
Which another thing that was spoiled in the trailer.
Oh yeah.
for a
yeah.
split second. For a
For a
split
split
second,
second.
yeah.
Okay.
So I was spoiling the trailer, and she goes, "Look, if you
It
tell
was still
anybody
pretty
I'm here,
brutal. Still pretty brutal.
so if you tell anybody I'm here, I can make your parents hurt each other.
Yeah. You cannot talk
I
about your.
can make them do worse.
I can make it easy.
I know. I can make them hurt each other.
Yeah.
No,
I
no,
can. They can make them hurt themselves. I can make them hurt each other. I can make them eat
the-
each other.
Yeah, and
And
I was like,
But
oh
if
my
I want
God.
to, do I want to, Alex? And I was like,
Yeah.
Dad.
I was like, who is this
Oh
lady?
my gosh,
Who is
yeah.
this lady?
Because this is after the Marcus scene, so you know what
Yeah.
she's capable of.
Exactly. There's now
And it
it instilled fear into you, so, and you're the same fear that Alex fears in this moment
Yeah.
of the unknown. He just
Yeah.
saw his parents stabbing themselves in the face. So go ahead. I just love that
So
segment.
she goes like, "You're gonna have to start feeding him."
Yeah.
He's like, "There's some soup in the kitchen, and you're gonna have to get more tomorrow."
This is like
So
the
then-
aura, the menace
yeah.
that I wanted from like Long Legs, like that
Exactly.
from like Nicolas Cage's character.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
he didn't feel as threatening as Gladys. So
In this
No.
moment,
Yeah.
no, yeah, hell no. Like,
You see this segment of him just like going to the store,
It
buying
felt very
soup,
Home
and, like,
Alone.
yeah, but
Yes.
depressing.
but the first scene where he's buying soup, all I could think of was like, "But I love Chef," and then just like the camera.
yeah, I
sequence.
just rolled.
Oh,
Yeah,
no-
me too.
oh,
Like,
no.
the way that
Yeah.
the way that scene was shot, it looked exactly like that commercial.
no, there was two sad moments there.
Yeah.
She's like, your parents had to be fed. There's chicken, there's canned noodles in the downstairs, and
Yeah.
he's so like little, like and not knowing like
Yeah, he doesn't know how to do it.
he can't
No,
open a can
yeah.
opener. Like
No,
he's
I
tried his
know,
best.
It sucks.
Then he
And
feeds
he's like
it.
spilling it while he's like trying to open it.
He's
He
trying
had
to
hold it
feed
between
them.
his
He's
legs.
spilling everywhere. And so you notice that the next scene when he goes to buy canned food, he buys the easy to open can lids.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's jacked. Yeah. So he buys the easy to pull off lids because that's all he can do.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah, it's really sad.
And so go ahead, because I there was so many segments where I was like, I hope my kid would fucking throw a haymaker.
Yeah. So he basically becomes enslaved without being under the spell. In fear of losing his parents,
of course,
and it's super tragic because he's just a little boy,
and you see his attitude. He was already a quiet kid, and he becomes more reserved.
Yeah,
and then he's still getting picked on.
Yeah, on top of everything, he's still getting picked on.
Yeah, so it's like you don't know what other people's lives are going through.
Yeah,
and
it's like that kid you want to bully for his haircut. Like he might have an evil aunt witch holding his parents hostage. Like you never know.
Yeah,
be nice to everybody.
But it's also nice to see that Justine was still a nice teacher. Like even in those moments,
After
she noticed that he was still quiet. He was like, "You're more quiet than usual. Are you okay?
Like, are you okay? Like you could talk to me if you need to." He's like, "Yeah."
And he knows he can't.
He's like, because he knows he can't say anything to anybody.
Yeah.
He became a prisoner in his own house.
Mm-hmm. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. So he wakes up one night and his evil aunt's calling him over. So Gladys calling him over and she goes, "Hey, like I'm still really sick. Like I thought your parents would help me, but they're not." He's like, "But I have an idea." He's like, "If you can get me something from every kid in your class, maybe they can help me feel better."
And he's like, "You'll leave?"
He's like, "You'll leave?" And she goes, "He's like, if you get better, you'll leave?" And she goes, "I'll leave.
I'll go home."
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't specify how or with who.
Yeah.
But she says, "I'll go home." So he's thinking this is only out. He has to do something to get her to leave.
So
he's in school, and he's looking around like, what can I take from every student? He sees like erasers. He sees like little knickknacks on their table or whatever.
Keychains, whatnot, sentimental stuff. And then he settles for their
name tags on their cubbies.
Homemade name tags.
Name tags
from them. Yeah.
Smart, yeah.
He takes them all. The Gladys performs a ritual late at night.
It just happens to be...
The clock strikes 2:17 is when she strikes the thing.
Yeah, she starts at like 15. That's when he wakes up, and then she just does it at 17 by chance.
And then all the kids leave.
Kids run out
directly to their
That's
house.
the movie right there.
Yeah, and that's the big mystery revealed, and it's funny because in my head I was like, does that mean Alex has to feed him? And the next segment's him having to
feeding every single kid.
Yes, and then he has
even the bully.
Even
Matthew.
And then he has to, on top of that, keep the lie up. Like the stress and trauma of this kid is just it's devastating.
And then like Gladys is like, "Hey, like people are gonna come over to this house.
You have to
look around."
Yeah.
He's like, "You're not gonna tell them anything. Like you have to clean up the entire house, and you need to make it look presentable." And then they show up, everything's clean, so they don't really.
How you doing today, bud? And he's like, and then she's like, ha ha ha. And she just gives him a death stare.
Yeah.
I was like, God, that was horrifying.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, no food for you. I guess like
no supper for you. Chicken soup.
No soup for you.
So what happens after that?
Then
we just get a closing statement.
We get the fast forward, right? Basically, the ending.
Yeah.
Pretty much like you have Justine and
Well, after the cop and stuff came home, like he's coming back with more soup, and he gets jump scared by Paul, because now the cop is in there. He's also being controlled.
Oh yeah, but Paul waved him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then whatever, right? You basically, she's like, "Oh, like we're getting too much attention. We have to leave." She's like, "Start packing your stuff. We're leaving tonight."
See, that's where I got confused because I was like, what's the end game here?
Yeah, what was the kids needed for?
Yeah, and that's my biggest gripe because I'm like,
so the thing is, I think if she possesses somebody, she has their life force.
You think
that's why
happens?
they're like catatonic.
Okay.
So then she gets all those kids, and she's like, "Okay, well now I have more life force. I'm accumulating from all these kids."
Okay.
So,
but
she's able to like move around and everything like that.
Yeah, because she looks like decrepit when she arrives.
Oh yeah, she was.
And then with them, she's able to with the parents, she's able to be a little more mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then with the kids, she's still.
She's like going to Marcus's home. Like she.
Is that what it is? Because I did not understand the purpose of it. I was like, I thought
she's basically had them to try and prolong her life.
I feel like this is the perfect time to talk about this. Is it right if I talk about this ending portion? Because at this point, she has the kids for about a month. She's had Alex's parents for like 2 months.
Yeah.
I was like, in my head, she already won. Why would she have them like that? And I guess that makes more sense. Like, but you're also left to fill in the blank, and that's my biggest gripe with the movie.
The movie takes place within about a month's time.
Mm-hmm.
Not the whole movie.
Not the whole movie, but like basically from when the kids go missing is like a
month. Yeah, about a month.
So from when
From when she arrived.
Gladys gets there.
Yes.
To when the ending of the movie happens, it's about a month.
Oh, when Gladys gets to Alex's house.
Yeah. So it'd been about 3 weeks, and then
because I thought she was at Alex's house for a while. It seemed
No,
she was there for like a week, or she was there for like a few days.
A few days. I would say a few days.
Yeah.
okay. So
And
day
then-
day one, she gets their fucking she takes over their bodies, right? She has them as little puppets. But day two, she convinces him to take all the stuff. Like
Day
I thought it was like two
3 or
weeks
4.
at least.
Like day 3 or 4, she's like, I thought they would help, but they're not helping. I need more, because this is something I saw on.
That's why I was asking the
IMDb.
time frame, because I was like, I don't understand
So it
it.
says, Alex's dad is driving to school. Alex is asking how long Aunt Gladys is going to be
About a
staying.
month.
The dad estimates no longer than a month. So in the final scene, spoilers. So in the final scene, Gladys is killed by the missing children roughly 1 month after they go missing.
Nice.
So she was there for about a month.
Okay.
As the dad predicted.
Okay. Movie made a lot of references to parasitic cordyceps.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Justine was teaching her class about parasites shortly before the kids were taken. Principal Marcus is seen watching a documentary about cordyceps and the effects on ants.
Girl with all the
involving
gifts, Last
robbing
of
them
Us.
of their free will
Yeah.
and making them do whatever the parasite wants, which fits Gladys taking over Alex's household and possessing people with magic.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make a random reference because it's something that I listen to, Creepcast reference. Also, don't look this up. What I'm recommending. I'm not recommending what I'm about to say. I'm just saying.
I'm going to say something. If you know, you know.
Yes.
Don't
not
look it up.
Come across as natural.
No, do not look it up. It's a horror short, or I guess like a creepypasta called Tommy Taffy. It's about a puppet-like man who appears. He'll come to the house at some point, and he's like, I'm now the third parent, and I'm now like, and I was like, her whole segment was just reminding me of that. Don't look it up. It is not. Yeah,
It's one of those like.
I just said don't look it up. No, yeah, it's horror.
It's
Yeah.
like SCP or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's kind of it's a creepypasta.
I mean,
not,
it's like a cryptid almost, right?
Yeah. Don't. Yeah, it's nah. Don't look it up.
Ah.
It's 18 plus. No. It's not safe for work. No, I shouldn't have even said the name. But yeah, I just felt that level of horror in that segment. So I was like, oh god, she's her being there.
Everything accumulates. How do you say that?
Accumulates.
Yeah.
Accumulates.
Like connects.
Accumulation. Yeah.
Everything connects at the end.
Yeah.
So Archer and Justine get in the house. They get attacked by Paul and
James.
Mm-hmm. So Justine is attacked by Paul. There's one scene in it where I think they thought it was gonna be like, you'll never look at potato pillars the same way again, but it wasn't actually that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. So she's getting attacked by Paul. He's choking her out. She's trying to.
It was no cheese grinder from Evil Dead.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
It
even
was no box
one.
cutter from Evil Dead 2013.
Yeah.
Shots. So she ends up taking his gun and shoots him.
She tries to plead with
shoots
him
him in the
like a few
throat.
times.
Yeah.
Like she does not want to kill him, but she's like,
There's no choice.
Yeah.
So she kills him. There's a kind of a comedic scene with Archer fighting James.
There's a lot
he
of
just
funny
keeps
scenes.
going
Just
after him.
throws him and then
Yeah, just keeps
goes
throwing him
back
like a
and just
rag
like
doll.
throws him again and he like gets up again.
And then he gets tackled through the basement, and he sees all the kids there.
Yeah.
And then
That's what he's all like, holy shit,
yeah.
it's here.
And then Justine shoots James.
Yeah.
So now Archer's free. And I thought immediately how messed it would have been if like one of those kids took a stray.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't think of that.
She
That'd be
shoots
horrible.
downward toward the
Yeah.
basement to shoot James.
Not knowing the kids are there.
Yeah.
But this is one of my favorite scenes right here. One of my favorite scares where like
So Justine goes to check on Alex.
Uh-huh.
Archer goes in the basement to look for his son.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
The whole arc of his character.
right.
So this is the scene
He's
you want
going kid to kid, like shining a light. He's
Looking
like,
for
"Well,"
Matthew.
Yeah, looking for Matthew. He's like, Matthew, and he goes over here, and the little lady, she's like smiling, like creeping out right there. There was this video that I saw. It's pretty funny. It's like, how long was the old lady waiting in the dark until he came with the flashlight? And shows just like the old lady waiting in the dark. He's like,
Yeah.
acting like Remick. He just goes up. She's like, Sammy. And
yeah, exactly,
She-
exactly.
She
She
grabs
grabs
his
his necklace, and
Yeah.
then you don't really. It's cut scenes where Justine's looking for Alex.
Yeah.
And then he starts attacking her.
Yeah.
Now she has a possession of his. He's able to send her to attack him.
In the meantime, Alex is fighting his own parents.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
because he
she's
stepped
like,
over
"Hey,
the...
don't overstep the sand."
Sand, yeah.
And
Salt.
all he sees
Salt.
is his parent. Yeah, salt. He's like, all he sees is his parents there, and he takes a step over the sand, and they start attacking.
One toe over the sand.
Yeah.
And then
that was nuts.
That scene was brutal.
I mean, that
it was like a Shining reference. It looked like
everything.
Yeah.
That China, and I don't know if you saw me, but
her scream through the door.
When
dude,
when the girl came through the door, like, I looked, I was like,
there it is.
The
Kubrick angle.
So good. It was so good.
Yeah, it's so good.
But then, so Alex has an idea. He's running from his parents. Well, as he's running from his parents, he has an idea. He gets a piece of her hair from one of her wigs.
Yeah.
And he performs the ritual himself.
Yes.
And once he snaps the twigs, all the kids.
He drops into toilet water, right?
Yeah. All the kids who were possessed now have a new target.
Yes.
They're all after Gladys.
And she immediately senses it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was
and then we get like
one of the best.
Then the movie just becomes a comedy.
Yeah. No, it.
Which is
Yeah.
very
What do you mean?
You see this through neighbor's perspective. You
That's
just see an old
hilarious.
lady going,
It
and
kind
then
of
you see
reminded me of
17
the.
feral kids running right behind her.
You guys ever seen the first Transformers movie?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember when the dude with his cousins are playing video games? He's like, it's the cops. He's like,
And he like runs out the window.
he just like runs through the window.
Yeah, that's exactly what that felt like.
Yeah.
So the kids are chasing her down.
I'm sure you guys have the same thought I did in this moment.
Yeah.
Which one?
These kids should be like bloodied and battered, jumping through windows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Living
yeah.
off chicken noodle soup for like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
How much soup were they eating?
Dude, they're jumping
then,
through glass.
So they just take.
Yeah. So they're rabid. They attack her. Alex has the last line of defense with the bathroom door. His parents are after him. Justine is being choked out by Archer.
Yeah.
And then the kids get to Gladys and they rip her open like a piñata.
Yeah, they do.
Once she's dead, the spell is lifted from Archer and the parents and all the kids. But because they were under her spell for so long, they're still kind of catatonic. Archer snaps out of it, immediately follows the trail of carnage that the kids left behind through people's houses, which is more added to the comedic moments.
Stupid. It's like, there's a man in our bed.
There's a man in our house. Like, what would you say if that happened?
Yeah.
After an old lady and a bunch of kids ran through your house.
Yeah.
Like, now there's a man. He finds his son. He's reunited. He takes him and he goes home.
Yeah.
And that's where the movie ends.
And then
again, do you change your rating on the movie at all?
Yeah, 7.5.
0.5 up? I'll take it.
8.5 for me.
I still stick to the 8.5. And
Yeah,
it's not
me too.
because it's a bad movie. I don't think it didn't do anything.
I think a lot of the momentum the stories were building died down because they kept switching perspectives. As interesting as it was to see how all the stories connected, it was like every time it would ramp up to a scare, it was very tense. There was a jump scare, and then it would switch perspectives.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate
they did it again. They did a very tense scene. They did a jump scare, and they switched perspectives. And after the second segment, they kind of gave up on that formula until, the last scene.
Yeah.
The last
I
segment.
appreciate the director not holding our hands through every segment. Like,
And not everything needs to be explained.
Yes, but at the same time, I'm like, a little more clarity, just a little bit more. Like, just give me a time frame.
Yeah,
or give
because
me
it
give
just
me
kinda-
I'm fine with the kid. Like the kids end up being catatonic, the parents being catatonic. That's all fine. That's like you can leave that ambiguous. But like you said about the whole life force being sucked up. Like, okay, like
Yeah,
does that mean
it's all up to perspective for that?
Yeah, but I'm like that part is just so like, I guess because in my head I'm like she won. She had the victory. She stole 17 kids.
Yeah.
She took over this kid's house. Like, why is she still here?
Yeah.
Leave. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Why
Why stick around?
The
Why
cops
stick
weren't on
around?
her trail.
Yeah. Why even like
Then
take the kid with you?
and
Like, no, leave the kid.
And there, circle back to what you were saying. So I guess she was keeping Alex because she's like, as long as I keep these parents hostage, I can just make this kid keep feeding them. I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
You said I don't understand why they didn't kill Justine earlier, and it's because it would have brought attention to the house. Imagine her throat gets slit in front of Alex's house.
Oh yeah, I guess.
That's why.
Yeah.
So what's better? Cut their hair, have someone else attack her.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, smart.
That's
smart.
how I understood that.
Yeah.
Smart, way far.
When I saw that,
house.
that's why I was like, why would he cut the hair? And then when I got everything revealed to me, I was like, oh, that's why. It's because it would bring too much attention to the house. We even see her like take the newspapers off the windows when the cops originally show up during the investigation. So all that made sense to me. It's just I was like, why she won? She won. Yeah. Why is she still here? I was like, she got away with it. If she just dipped, like I guess it would have been hard to move like a bunch of kids, but I'm sure she could have managed it if she's supposed to be as old as she is. And
yeah.
Like, what was she gonna do? Just stay in town?
Yeah.
and then have Alex keep going to school. That's my biggest gripe with the movie. Otherwise, I think everything was awesome.
Real quick, before we run out of time. So
Might
to
have
further
already.
capitalize the themes of the movie, theaters listed showtimes at 2:17, the same time the children went missing. That's a fun little
hilarious.
gimmick between the thing. And also, this movie was supposed to have an entirely different cast. So before Julia Gardner, it was supposed to be Renette Reneziv.
Oh, I was gonna say, did Zendaya and Tom Holland?
No way.
No,
Before Josh
everything's my
Brolin,
joke.
it was Pedro Pascal.
Aw.
Before Alan Enrich, the guy who played Paul, it was Tom Burke. And then before Benedict Wong, it was Brian Tree Henry. And the only original actor to stay from the original start of the movie was Austin Abrams, who played James.
That's cool.
And then the director was like, "Yeah, like, he's my ride or die. Like he's with me throughout the entire process." So
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great movie. Great horror movie.
Fun movie.
Fun movie.
Hope you watched it before we went through all that.
Yeah.
Because that was a whole movie.
That was a whole movie.
Go
Hope you guys
watch
watched the
it.
movie. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Feel free to follow us on our Instagram, our YouTube, and our TikTok.
Our screen's probably black right now, so.
Yeah. So
We don't
perfect
know.
time
I
for
don't know what's
credits.
gonna happen.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Feel free to follow us in the next episode where we'll probably be talking about...
We don't know yet, but we could be talking about 13 Ghosts.
I'm thinking
Bring Her Back.
Bring Her Back, yeah.
Oh, yeah, huh? We haven't done that one. Shit.
Anyway, still a few
there's-
months out of Halloween, so Spirit
there's-
Halloween.
There's similarities.
Time
By
for
the time
that.
this episode
To
comes
this,
out,
to that.
Halloween.
It is
No,
Halloween.
just kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, thank you.
yeah.
That's the episode. Bye.
Bye.
I love you. Bye.